This is Colin Roach speaking. This is the face of a notice of application for judicial review. Colin Roach versus Sharon, Deane, the Registrar of the Supreme Court. This is one of many applications that would be filing against the registration office. And the person that is responsible for the operations at the registration office, and by extension the Supreme Court complex and the magistrates courts and so on, is at this present time Miss Sharon Deane, who wears the cap as acting Supreme Court Registrar. This particular action right here is to do with access to the courtroom, the public gallery in the courtroom. Many Barbadians would recognize by now that magistrates, judges, court officers like marshals, they do not allow the public to come into the courtroom. Many people could attest to this. Okay. Which is a violation of the Constitution. It is a violation of your right and my right to have access to the public gallery, to sit down and listen to the cases that are within the public domain, especially at sentencing, because I read the doctrine on this. Okay? Especially at sentencing. The public must be able to come in and sit down and hear what the sentencing is all about. This is not me talking. Right? So, the hearing is coming up. Let me see what that take notice says. The hearing is coming up on the 4th of October, which is a Friday. 4th of October at the Supreme Court. Now, I'm putting this out there, and hopefully it could get broadcast in the public domain. I'm putting it out there for two reasons. One, that members of the public who are concerned with the totalitarian order that we have here in Barbados, that they would come out and lend support. Because this is not for me. This is for the public, which includes me. And for them to come out on that day and witness the behavior of the judge who might necessarily be presiding over this matter. Because some of our judges and some of our magistrates are very disrespectful to members of the public. They talk to them and yell at them and shout at them and all kind of nonsense they do inside the courtroom. They treat us as if we work for them. So I am putting this out there so that members of the public who are interested and have a concern about the way how our public service officers, how our executive officers and so on treat us, to come out and lend support to this case, because this case is demanding that the judges, magistrates, and court officers like court marshals refrain from prohibiting members of the public from accessing the court gallery. Also, that if any attorney or attorneys believe within their heart that public should have access to their own gallery, that they could support this matter by submitting an amicus curiae on behalf of the public. This is the reason why I am sending this face sheet to you and why I am sending you this message. As you can see in the top right hand corner, you can see that the Attorney General's Chambers received a copy already. Now, I've been trying to serve a copy on Miss Sharon Deane, but she is on vacation. I don't know where she lives. I'm not asking anybody because I don't want anybody to say that I am stalking anybody. I am using the Supreme Court civil procedure rules to have this application served. Now, one of the methods of service is by way of faxing. But guess what? The Supreme Court has a fax machine, but the fax machine is offline. How do I know? Because I made attempts to serve this application on her via fax. And I have my transmission receipts to show that it did not go through. And when I called the Supreme Court Registration Office to find out about the fax machine, I was told by two individuals that the fax machine is not operational. So here we have a situation where you can fax a document for service to anybody for that matter, but the Supreme Court Registration Office has a fax machine that is offline, inoperable, and the time for serving the document has passed. So when I go to court now, October 4th, the case is going to get put back, not because I am not there or Miss Deane is not there. It's going to get put back because I tried to serve this document. The method of serving the document is not friendly. It's not friendly. And I would hope that my efforts to serve this document within the required time, I would hope that the court looks at my transmission, calculates the date and see that I am within the time, which I think I am, and say, listen, you're going to take a copy from this young man today because he tried to serve you guys within the time and your machine is inoperable. Registration office at that. Unacceptable. And deem the application as being served so that I can hand them a copy on that day. So, Miss Benedict, it's about 9 minutes and something seconds in a voice message, and I apologize, but I needed to send that day to you so that you can have this broadcast on your affiliate network. Yes? Thank you very much.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.